Hi, this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am bringing you a quick border today, and hopefully it's going to be quick. I'm not sure, I haven't put it together just yet, but we'll see how quickly we can get it to come together. This is a border that came out on our blog back in October. It's called the Star Border, and when I first saw this one come out, my immediate thought was that it would be really cool to use the silver and gold collection that just came out and to create this for New Year's Eve. So if you have New Year's Eve pictures, I think this one would be perfect for adorning those pages. But I have an event coming up in the spring that I thought that I would incorporate some colors for and use along with a sheet from the silver and gold collection. And I think it will come together really nicely. So we're going to go ahead and work on this today. Today we're going to use the double fan chain cartridge that goes with our border maker system. So if you have this cartridge, go ahead and get it out, or if you don't have this cartridge but you have something similar, get that out. It does need to be a chain punch so that it will completely separate from your page. That's the difference between a chain punch and a border punch. This actually separates and becomes its own entity. So we are going to use that. We're going to use some parakeet shimmer paper, some silver, I believe it's called platinum shimmer paper, and then the Starry Night blue shimmer paper. And then I just pulled, like I said, one of the sheets from the silver and gold. This was not from the main paper pack. This was from the oh, you'll have to forgive me. This is the shades of silver and gold. So this is not from one of the main paper packs. This is from the shades of silver and gold, the additional pack that we got this year, which are so cool. Okay, so let's get started. I think this is going to turn out really cool. So we're also going to use our trimmer today, but for right now we're going to punch two borders from both the, let me just make sure I have all my things in a row here, from the platinum and from the green. So we're going to punch two of each of the borders, or two borders for each main border. Am I making any sense today? I don't know. I think I'm confusing myself, so I must be confusing everyone else too. Okay, so we're going to use our border system. And if you haven't got this in your arsenal as a paper crafter, let me just take this moment to highly recommend this system. It is, I have yet to find another system that allows you as much versatility in creating different things than our custom border system. It's easy on my hands. I have some issues with some arthritis in my hands, and this system, because of the wideness of our punch, allows me to punch all day long and not have issues. So I appreciate that, having used some other types of punches here recently. It can really be painful sometimes to use just a basic punch. It's not, paper crafting is not supposed to be painful. This is supposed to be fun. So we need to take advantage of every system we can find that is going to keep it that way. Okay, so two silver ones. And I'm going to just set that aside, and we're going to do two green ones. My daughter's school colors are like a navy blue, the platinum, silver, and a little bit of green. And actually, I think it's supposed to be more of a hunter green, but I don't have a sparkly hunter green, so we're going with this one. Come on now. This is deciding that it's wanting to be stuck. It's because this little piece did not quite all right. I don't like it when they don't want to play nice. Come on. Come out of there. There we go. That's strange. I've never had that do that to me before. Alright. We're going to do one more. So we have two. Slide my paper over to the shoulder on the guard, fold the guard back underneath, and punch and slide. Oh, see, that's wanting to get stuck again. Not sure why. It wasn't getting stuck before. This last one just keeps sticking in there. Come on. There we go. All right. Of course it acts up because it knows I'm recording. I've never actually had a problem with that particular punch, but for some reason, maybe it doesn't like punching the shimmer paper. I have had that happen before, where when I've tried punching on the shimmer paper, it balked. Okay. So we are going for our base. We're going to cut a piece that is, let me double check my measurements, 2 and so I'm going to use the green, and I'm going to cut the base piece, and the base piece is going to be 2.5 inches according to our instructions. And they used a fun and fancy blade for the edge. I think of what I have here, I'm going to use the decal blade. I don't use that very often, so let's use decal and see how that turns out. Okay, so we just want to put a decorative edge along this side. Okay. And then I'm going to turn this around so that I can measure a 2.5 inch piece. Okay, there we go. And then I need to keep my trimmer out because I also need to cut 2 more pieces. I need a 1 inch piece out of my blue. So I'm going to cut a 1 inch piece here. Ooh, which one of you did I assign? I didn't assign anyone, doggone it, to remind me to put that back. Okay. My fault. I didn't remind you. I always forget to put that blade back in. Luckily I remembered this time. All right, so we need a 1-inch piece of blue. And then this piece we are going to need cut at 2 1/4. Yep. So 2 1/4, and this just gets a straight cut. 2 1/4. All right. Now I believe we have all of our pieces to be able to assemble. So I'm going to stick that up there and grab my adhesive. I still have my holiday adhesive. I suppose the holidays are not quite over, right? I still have New Year's coming later this week. Oh dear, I've just ran out. Alright, here we go. Okay, so you're going to take, I'm going to take this swirly spotted kind of snowflakey paper, and I'm going to center this on my base, my green base, so that I just have just an edge of green on either side. See how that works? Alright, now I'm going to take my, or set that aside for a second, and I'm going to take my arches, and we're going to, let me just double check my plan here. So the green is going to go on the bottom and the silver is going to go on top. Okay, so I'm going to take my green arches and I'm going to take my repositionable adhesive, and I'm going to go ahead and just put adhesive on the back of the silver one, and then I'm going to adhere this on top of the green one, keeping it even. Okay, so that you can just see is the green acts kind of as a shadow to the silver, an accent, if you will. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing with these two. I'm just placing that just, I don't even know if I could give that a measurement, but if I was going to give that a measurement, I would probably say it's about 1/16 of an inch down, so that the green acts just as a shadow, but you can still see through the arches. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we've got both of those put together. Now we're going to go back to this and put some adhesive along this center one-inch piece. This always happens when I start a new cartridge. I get lazy and I don't twist it to break it off, and then I get way too much adhesive. Okay, so this is going to go down straight down the center of your border, and if you're not sure what the center is, you could center it on your mat. That looks pretty well centered. Now I have a line that's in the middle, and then I can center the blue more easily. Alright, there we go. So the blue is now centered. Now we're going to put some repositionable adhesive along the back of the green, and wouldn't you know, I ran out again. Alright. It's all fun and games until we run out of adhesive, right? I just happen to have one ready to go here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then this piece is going to, let's see, I'm going to adhere this just so that the center, so the arc of my fan is just to the outer edge of, let me see if that's going to work. The outer edge. Nope, it needs to be a little bit farther in. Alright, so come here. Don't stick. Okay, so I want my points to meet, but I don't want to see it through the arches. So I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Let's see if I can give you a better reference for what that means. So I am going to be able to see that arch just a little bit on the bottom, or see the strip that goes on the bottom just a little bit. Maybe if we gave it a little more space, made the shadow a little deeper than a 1/16 of an inch, then we wouldn't be able to see the blue through it. So something to keep in mind anyway. Okay, so now we need some embellishments. I pulled a few embellishments that I had left over from the Showtime collection that we had earlier this year that are in similar colors and that I thought might work for this, although there's a lot of gold on this and I'm using more silver. So I could do something like that, or we could just use this and put some gems or stars on top of it. That actually might work best. Or we could do something like this with the stars. This will be for her graduation, but I just worry that this color is not complementary to the colors I've used in this. So I'm thinking probably I'll save those and use those on a different layout, and we'll just use this guy and pop him up with some foam squares that I have right here. Come here. Okay, so I'm just going to put 2 little foam squares on the back of that. Or these are the bigger ones actually, sorry. They're not the tiny ones. And I'm going to center that on the center and just kind of put my foam squares slightly off so they're not centered. Then we'll take some of these gems. And I'm not a huge proponent of using gems. I know you don't see me do that very often, but once in a while it's fun to do. And then we put a gem over each of these meeting spots to cover that seam. So I'm gonna, because we're using blue and green, I'm gonna use the blue and the green. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I've got plenty, but they're two different sizes, so we'll use some of the big ones too. So we'll use, let's see, we'll put a small one on each end. There's a blue, and here's a green. And we'll put a big green one here. Maybe I can get it underneath there. And then we'll put a big blue one here. And a small green one. These always hurt my fingers when I try to press them down. Oh wait, that's green. I need it. Let's do a little blue one. And a big green one. And a little blue one. And a little green one. And we'll do a big blue one there. Alright, so there we've got our seams covered. And I wanted to just go ahead and take one of these silver stars because I think they're so pretty. And these are from the Back to School collection. And I'm just going to pop this up with a teeny little foam square, which I'm going to be very careful about putting on here. It just fits right in the middle of that star. And I'm going to set this guy, my fingernails will let me. I'm going to set this guy right in the middle of our starburst. Just like so. Alright, what do you think? I think that's a cute little border, and it didn't take very much time at all. Here we are, I think the video's at about roughly 20-25 minutes, and we are done. So we could make a second one in record time and be ready for our both pages for a 2-page spread. Super cute. I really like it. I hope you do too, and I hope you have a happy New Year's. And then I hope you'll join me next year for several of the new things we're going to do, which we're going to start a series on tropical and ocean type layouts, because I'm going to start working on my Hawaii album from my trip last year. And we're also going to start a series for working on layouts for Disney, because we took our family to Disney for their Christmas present over Thanksgiving. So we're going to, I'm going to be working on those pictures as well. So those are the two main projects I have for you, along with continuing to show you project recipes and cute ideas from the blog interspersed in amongst all of those things. So I do hope that you'll join me next year, and look forward to seeing you. And look forward to reading your comments, as always. Thanks so much. Y'all have a happy, happy New Year. And until then, I hope you have many more creative moments. Take care now.